it's me, John, again, shooting another YouTube video. This time I'm with Chuck Gagnier. Now, if you're from Cypress Cove in Fort Myers, Florida, you'll recognize that name right away. We call you kind of our resident photographer. Chuck, you've got photo books that are on coffee tables all around the building. I've seen them on coffee tables of friends. I've seen people reading through them. Nature photography, birds, creatures. How long have you been a photographer?
Actually, quite some time, but in a more serious vein with a wildlife project, just the last 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your background?
Well, I started out in marketing, believe it or not. I don't know how I wound up being a banker, but I was, and it seems like a far away from, a far path at any rate from marketing and advertising and the graphic arts, but that was my first love.
All right, so your first introduction, I guess, or love of photography was part of your work.
Right, actually.
Yeah.
I was an advertising director, so we were using all of the mediums. We were using radio, television, newspaper, magazines.
That does sound like fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Now, I've met a few photographers in my life, and they're usually really proud to show off their collection of all these cameras and all these lenses and everything. How many cameras do you have?
Do I have to confess right now?
Yeah, you have to confess to them.
I have one.
You have one camera.
I have one camera.
And how many lenses?
Well, naturally, I have one.
One lens.
Yeah.
Well, you can change lenses on the
guess.
same camera.
I guess you can.
Well, show us your camera.
Well, here it is. It's not a very big thing, but here it is. Want me to turn it on?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. We'll do a close-up look.
Here it is. It's a Nikon. They call it a Coolpix P600. Every time I send in a photograph to the Fort Myers News Press for their Tropicalia section, they always want to know the equipment that you're using, so I can remember that it's
Okay.
a Coolpix P600 with a 60 times wide optical zoom.
How long have you had this camera?
Since 2014.
All right. So, Chuck, what's your favorite mode of transportation when you're going to go out and talk to the animals?
Well, believe it or not, I use a tricycle. Actually, it's more than a tricycle. It's a recumbent tricycle, so it's got a little backrest in it. It sets low. I pedal around the campus 2.5 to 3 miles most every morning, trying to get lucky, trying to be in the right spot at the right time. I rarely ever leave the trike. People that see me will recognize me because they know that I rarely get off of that trike. And
So most of the pictures you're taking, or maybe all, are right here on campus, so to speak, at Cypress Cove?
yes, all of the, I think I've got now, since I've been here, 5 photo books, and I think all of those birds in those books are birds and other wildlife are right here at campus at Cypress Cove.
I think our campus sits adjacent to a preserve, doesn't it? So
It does indeed, yes.
that's
And
probably
I'm-
a big feeder
And I'm
for
certain
what you
that
see.
feeds some of the
Yeah.
wildlife into the area, that's for sure.
Well, you introduced me to your camera and your lens. I'd like to meet your trike.
Okay, let's go do it.
All right. There he goes.
As you may know, some of our residents do a fantastic job with their own garden area, and every now and then I see a red-shouldered hawk sitting on that very attractive fence, but nothing today. interested in going any further, or?
What's your second favorite spot?
I would have to say the children's memory garden.
Oh, yeah. Songbirds, I would think, over there.
Yeah, very pretty. And you'll see some white egrets and some ibis, occasional great blue heron working the shoreline over there.
Yeah. Where's the best place for gators?
Just about anywhere.
Yeah.
You see them at the end of the Dolphin Lake here, and you see them in the Cottage Lake, across from the cottage area, Villas Lake, and of course that big one, the Cypress Lake.
Well, we've seen what it looks like when you go trekking. Trekking, what do you call it?
Triking.
I think we ought to look at some of your photos.
Okay. Good to see you. Happy wildlife hunting.